Welcome back to Watch Me Detailing Motorsports. I always forget the motorsports because I'm actually mainly a detail shop, but I added the motorsports because, like I said, I love before in the other videos. I love anything that's, you know, I'm an enthusiast. So whether it's power, whether it's wheels, whether it's cosmetic or motor or whatever, I'm always interested, you know. But so camera might move a little bit because I got this gimbal that kind of follows me a little bit. It's pretty cool, huh? So we'll see how good that is. I can, if you guys are curious what kind of gimbal I got, I'll let you know, but just ask in the comments. But if you want to keep seeing what's going on with my truck, we're going to talk a little bit more about the inside. It's pretty rad. I know I didn't give you guys too much info on it, but hit that like and subscribe button if you want to keep seeing what's up with my videos. You might have seen in my other ones. My first one's really spotty. Kind of embarrassed about it now that I've got a little bit better at editing the videos. But I assume they're going to get better with time, so we'll see. But they may not. But so yeah, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see what's going on with my truck and other stuff in the future. So we're going to talk a little bit about should we start? We're going to start with the interior. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to go in there and show you what's up. The interior is actually a cat skin kit from Cat Skin Leathers, upholstery, whatever. I mean, they're pretty popular worldwide. So they're kind of like a prefab kit. They make them there and then sell them to whoever wants them. I actually went red and black. Black because it's got black carpet, and then the red just because the truck's red. Now, I think I went with the red stitching. I'll take a look at that. But so it was kind of tricky because this was an XLT model, which is very generic. They do the like gray doors and gray console plastics, and that's kind of like, that's how you know you got like a cheaper, cheesier, more affordable truck. I mean, had it been a Lariat, it'd have the black, you know, but I'm pretty sure that it goes across the board with a lot of the XLTs, unless it's like an XLT Sport, and a lot of the XLs. So it's kind of hard with the leather, choosing a leather kit with the right color tone, especially with the doors and some of the plastics being that really cheap looking gray. But it is what it is. I've gotten used to it. I'm glad I went with the red and black. Really adds a kind of a cool look to the truck when you open the door and just see custom interior. So Cat Skin's a great kit. They do all kinds of stuff for all kinds of cars. I've actually had several Cat Skin kits before, a few of my trucks. I think they sell for about $1,300-ish installed, give or take a few $100. And I think they have 30 or 36,000 miles for anyone that's interested in those. And basically what they do is, like, the installers they'll rip off the cloth seats, and then they'll just throw the leather over them, over the seat. So take the cloth, throw it away, put the leather on the seat. Let's see. If you had heated seats, don't worry about it. They work. The heated seats work just fine from the factory. Now, if you do not have heated seats, a lot of shops that do the leather, that's a great time to take advantage of them installing it and throw heated pads in there and add heated, had a button somewhere on the dash, and you can add heated seats to it. It's kind of cool. So luckily for me, I at least had that in the XLT model, so pretty cool. Next thing would be these plastic red. Some people might think they're cheesy. They're plastic red covers that you can buy eBay or Amazon. I like them. I think they might be cheesy to certain people, kind of cheap maybe to some people. Back in the early 90s, late 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, some guys used to like wrap, some people still do it, they go and they wrap or they paint their dash a certain color to match the outside of their car, or maybe old like show cars have that too, so there's trim pieces that go, you can the ones that you can buy on Amazon or eBay, you can find them for anything from volume knob covers just to the shifter covers to the steering wheel covers to vent covers to average window switch covers. I mean, that's a little bit excessive. I actually went with the vents, air vents, all four of them, and then a little bit of trim piece around the steering wheel, and then a little bit around my dash. I think that's it. You'll see once I get in there. but they were like, they weren't super cheap. They weren't expensive either. They were like 30 bucks a kit. So like the vents were one kit, and they're like 40 bucks in pairs. The steering wheel kit was like 30. Other steering wheel, the dash piece was like another 30. Oh, I got the ones on the doors too, so they go kind of wrap around where the door handle is on the Fords or underneath them, and those are about 30 bucks, 40 bucks for the set of four, all four doors. I think they're cool. I think they go good with the leather seats, the red, black. I haven't had anybody say they're cheesy or cheap looking. I've actually got compliments on it. I don't know if someone would actually tell me that they're cheesy looking in my face, but so far all I've gotten is compliments on them. So we'll see what you think about those. What else? Oh, I added LED lights underneath the dash and underneath the front seat, so it lights up the back of the area of the seat for the rear seat passengers, and then also lights up the footwell for the front driver passenger area. So they're just a white color LED, kind of cool for when you open the door. I got it set so it works with the light when you open the door, so it'll turn on, turn off when you have to hop in. And then I also got a button so I can manually turn them on if I want to have them on while I'm driving. They're a little bit bright, so I don't use them all out when I'm driving. More of just kind of like an entry courtesy light. Those are pretty cool. Those are the biggest thing about LEDs when you add them, even when you do like rock lights or underbody kits or even what I got, it's labor. Okay, so the lights themselves aren't that expensive. You could spend anywhere from 30 to 100 bucks on some lights, but I mean, labor is where it gets you. A guy spends 2-3 hours down there easy, and at 75 to 100 bucks an hour at some shops, maybe more at some other shops. Think about it. I mean, you're paying 3 times, 4 times what you pay for the lights. But also, guys, I'm looking at getting a mic. I'm still new to YouTube and all that, but I want to get a mic so you guys can hear me better, because I actually tried my AirPod. I tried my AirPods, and I thought maybe it would, it would record through the AirPod, but that apparently does not work unless there's a setting I need to find. But unless you guys know of a setting I need to change to make that work, but otherwise I'll be looking at getting a mic. So if you guys have any recommendations for a good mic to record from my phone on the YouTube, let me know. Because I just realized I probably got to talk just a little bit louder for you guys to hear me. But anyways, so aside from the trim pieces, aside from the leather, the LED lights, I do have a boost gauge in there, odometer boost gauge to tell me how much boost I got. It's really more for show. I mean, it just goes up to 9 psi, comes back down, whatever. It's nothing fancy. It's not like it actually helps me when I'm tuning, or if someone's tuning it, like air-fuel ratio. But it's just cool to look at. People are like, oh wow, and more reason for people to think it's an EcoBoost, but it's not. What else? Oh. So I did actually do a Momento, I think it's a C5 Momento CompuStar branded dash cam, and it's new for 2019. It was new in 2019, I think. So I was one of the first guys to get it. I actually used to work at Sound Logic. It's a car audio and security shop here in town. Great bunch of guys. They actually did my leather in my truck here. But I actually went through a few different dash cams. I ordered like an Amazon one. It had really great reviews. It was like Y, the 2 letters, Y-I, so E, I think it was. And that was a good camera. It worked okay. I don't think it had other stuff that some people might care about, so it actually works as evidence in court, like GPS and what speed you were going while it's recording. So I actually took that one out, and then I went with an Owl camera. I don't know if you guys have heard of those. Those are, they seem to have good reviews. It's kind of more good ones than bad ones. I liked it because it had like cellular data, so that you could see what was going on at any point in time on your phone, like a wireless cam for your wireless security cam in your home. You can just go on your phone, pull up the app, and see what was going on in there. And with other ones, you can't. You have to be connected via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to the camera to see what's going on to get any footage. So I actually tried that. That was a piece of junk. I don't know what provider they're using for the LTE speeds or the data speeds, but it was just junk, man. I'm sitting here trying to watch something, and if I saved it to my phone, which also took quite a while. If I saved it, then I could go back and watch it. But then what was the point of the data? Having it that way so you can watch any point in time. It sucked. It didn't matter if I was hooked up to Wi-Fi in my house. Didn't matter if I was using the data on my phone, whatever I was using, the data that was working through the cam sucked. So then, where I worked, you know, we got a thing in the mail. We got a thing there, a notification, newsletter from the company saying, hey, any employees that want to try out this camera can get it for a great deal, you know, and give it a shot. So I took advantage of that, and I did that, and they actually let you add it's got an input for a separate camera, so you can add a separate camera to that one. You can have one like watching your back if you want to watch like your back window to see if there's an accident and someone rear ends you, it's watching it, you know, records that. But you realistically can put it anywhere you want. I actually put it as I put it right underneath my rear view mirror, so in case I get pulled over or something like that, I just point it to the window or point it to my passenger window, whichever way they come, or just inside, you know. I mean, I thought it would be funny to kind of get reactions of like, oh shit faces if something were to go down, like our faces of like, oh shit, did you see that? You know, stuff like that. So yeah, that was a really cool camera. I want to say it's a Momento C5. I'll have to, anybody that's curious and wants to know what's up with that camera, let me know and I'll find out for sure. But it's worked really great. Again, you just have to hook up to Wi-Fi via Wi-Fi from camera to the phone to like see what's up and download a video or something. But otherwise, it's been working really great. Quality's really good too. Momento just has a good reputation. They do reverse camera lights too. A lot of guys that add aftermarket reverse cameras to vehicles just for safety. They also sell cameras for that, and I mean, I've had good experience with those too. We used to sell us at the Soundologic where I used to work at the car audio shop. Oh, that okay. All right. So sorry for all the movement. Oh, wait a second. What's going on? Ooh. All right, you got mine rolling. Give me a second here. All right, bring it back. Bring it on back. Am I good? All right, let's try this again. Okay, let's see if she don't act up again. So the camera, and then I think the other thing was going to be my sound system in my truck. Very proud of it, okay? I don't usually go with shallow subs, thin line subs. I've never had a lot of respect for them because even though they can get loud, kind of loud, it's not the same. You don't get the same low tone sometimes that you do like in a ported box or a bigger sub that you're able to put it in a ported box and have the space for it. I've had a lot of custom sub boxes for trucks, so don't get me wrong. I actually have done like deep subs underneath the seats. We just do a big lift kit for the seat and then fit 10s but under there, 410s, or I've done 4.8s, 410s. I've done 2 10-inch dub 7s in the back, and they get loud. But I actually reached out to MTI Acoustics. They're down south. I don't remember exactly where they're from, but they're down south. And they do a lot of custom stuff, man, for SEMA, a lot of show trucks. And I found them on Facebook, and I looked up their website. And they do a bunch of different stages of boxes, so stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I actually went with the stage 4, I believe. And what that includes is plexiglass, interior lighting, so you can see the subs moving around in there. You know, lights up with the plexiglass, kind of cool. You can do stitching, not stitching, I forget what it's called, but they like stamp the glass so that if you want to have like letters in the glass. I'm bilingual, okay, so sometimes I get my words mixed up, Spanish, English, or I can't think of a word in Spanish, but I can think of it in English, or I can think, or vice versa. But anyways, so the truck's name, we talked about it last time, the truck's name is El Diablo. So I had them put El Diablo on the center plexiglass piece of the sub box. You guys are probably wondering what I did. So I'll tell you, I did an all red wrapped box, vinyl wrap, kind of like the seats to go with them, and red stitching, I believe. I should have went black when I think about it, but I think I went red. And then I did 3 13.5-inch JL Audio TW5s. I mean, as far as shallow subs, I mean, that's the best of the best. And the reason I actually went with them is because MTI Acoustics builds a lot of custom truck boxes. So I just said, you know, if anyone's gonna know, it's good. I mean, I've had my experience with them too, but I figured, you know, I'll ask them. They're pros, you know. I mean, they gotta have a good recommendation. So I said, hey, hit up, dude. What's up? What's the loudest setup for a F-150 crew cab under the seat? And he's like, straight up, man, no bullshit or BS. Sorry, YouTube. All the youngsters out there. Sorry. No BS, it's going to be 3 TW5s, 13.5. And again, I was kind of skeptical because I've never been a fan of show. I can respect TW3s, JL Audio is a great brand, but I was a little bit hesitant, but dude was just, he sold me on it. He assured me it was going to be great, it's going to be loud. He told me a couple experiences he had with another customer that went a different route and how they regretted it and how they wish they had gone with the TW5, so I tried that. Not gonna lie, pretty impressed. I've actually had 2 of them before. I've had the pair in another Silverado I had, but I haven't had 3. So another 13 inches of surface area, big help. It's very, I mean, it's loud. It doesn't hit the low stuff that I still, you know, I'm used to, but it's a different kind of loud. So I'm cool with it. Let's see. So we'll show you that. I actually got a Kicker 1600 watt pushing those subs out right now. It's got the wireless Bluetooth bass knob. I don't have that installed because I actually went with a JL Audio fix unit. What that does is it essentially gives you better sound quality with your factory deck in your truck. And they actually sell you, they're sold separately. It's a bass knob from JL, and it's kind of cool. And I just had it kind of, so when I sit my hand on my center console, I had it installed like right here. So whenever I'm just chilling, cruising like this, I can turn the volume up and down. And then if you, it's got a bigger knob, it actually hovers over it. And the bigger knob is the bass sub volume, and then the smaller knob is the volume on the truck speakers. And then if you push the button in, it actually gives a mute. It mutes the subs, and then, you know, unmute. But so before I actually take you in the truck, I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to talk about anything. So give me a second. I did take out one of the, I got twins, so I took out one of the car seats to show you, get a good video of the subs. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this little clip, and then we'll meet back over on the inside. All right, guys, so here is the interior of my truck. I did forget to mention little stuff like my WeatherTech mats, whatever, just WeatherTech mats. Everyone knows about those. So we're gonna start right here. We're gonna start at the seats. So this is a 2-tone cat skin kit I went with, I was talking about. I mean, you could go any variation of, there was probably a handful of variations of just this kit of red here, black there, whatever. I like this one. I went with this one. I did get the red stitching like I mentioned before. And then of course cat skin had to put their name there, so that's how they let you know it's theirs. Number 2 would be the, let's go down here to these LED lights. I don't know if you can tell. Let me crack the back. Oh, I'll wait for the back door. I want to show you guys the subs here in a second separately. So anyways, they're down there if I turn it off. But this is the button that manually lets me turn them off and on. So that's that. So as you can see, I got a lot of red in there. So the red is what I was talking about, the Amazon eBay kits. So I did all 4 doors here. I went this steering wheel piece, this dash piece, and then the 4 vents. So I think it's just enough to not, you know, be, you know, too much. But I don't know. I mean, everyone's got a different opinion. You're free to have it, but I like it. So, and they did actually hook me up with the center console piece too. So this was a different color, and they wrapped that in the black with the red stitching and matched the seats. Very cool. So there's my dash cam I was talking about. Let me close this tripod stick here. So there's the dash cam. And there's the interior one that I decided to put there. Like I said, most people probably use it for the rear window to record cars behind you. There's my odometer boost gauge. Right now hitting about 9 pounds. Nice 9 pounds. 9 pounds of boost. And I can go a little bit more, but I got to get rid of my cat, so I have to go catless headers. I'm going to do that probably this spring, summer maybe, and then add a little more boost. I did forget to mention I do got this Escort Max 360C. I haven't had it long. I had a different one before that was awesome. I just picked this one up because this one's directional, so it actually tells you what way the fuzz is coming from, the fuzz buster. So they tell you if they're coming from your left, your right, your rear, your front. So I thought that for me was, you know, a selling point. These have great range, and my last one was also an Escort, and it had awesome range. And they also supposedly guarantee that you don't get a ticket. If you get a ticket using their product, that they reimburse you for the ticket or some baloney. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. But my uncle hooked me up with this sweet hat for my birthday. I don't know if he meant it to go with the truck or what, but it's a Daredevil hat from the movie and the TV show, and I think it goes kind of cool there. You know, it kind of complements the truck, even though it's not the same tone red. Daredevil, Diablo, whatever. You know, kind of cool. It would be a little cooler if it had like little horns here, because I mean I wouldn't wear it, but it'd be cool to have it sitting here. And then right here, I got my brother Pedro always riding with me. He passed away a couple years ago now, going to be a couple years, and heart attack. He left a couple of kids behind and a wife, and I miss him dearly. And I got him here so that I can remember him as much as I possibly can, and just reminisce, and just a little reminder here, you know, every day. But I love and miss him. So okay, let's move. Oh, okay, actually, so these are the vent pieces I was talking about. These are big ones because they're 2 pieces here. And I do got the brake controller you see down here, and this spot was supposed to be for, some of these trucks come with a trailer assist button knob that you turn, and it helps you like back up and reverse with a knob. Kind of lame, because if you have that and you like it and use it, means you just don't know how to back up, like they've been doing for years and years and years. Anyways, since I had that blank spot, I used my Scotch magnet mount and put it there. It's pretty cool. Perfect spot for it. Take up some of that space there, some of that hole. So here she is. Yeah. So rear seats, more of the red and black. Here's some of the box. I should have done this earlier. Let me move this seat and get the best view possible. Dang! What? So there it is. So that is the MTI Acoustics custom built box. I actually bought the subs for that box here in town at my local shop, because like I said, I like to give them business. They're my homies. Sound and Logic, same ones that did my leather seats. So I actually was gonna do a box with them too, but they were a little bit backed up, a little bit busy, so it would have been a ways out. So I figured I'd give you guys a shot. I've given Sound Logic a lot of business. They've done a few boxes for me in the past, so I thought I'd give MTI Acoustics a shot and see what they could do. They actually sent it was additional, obviously it was extra in the price, but they sent me a lift kit for the seat, and that's why you see some gap there, the space, because this is the shallow subs. It left some extra room there. So if I did want to go with a bigger box in the future, it's kind of cool that I got the extra space. So let's see. Come on, gimbal, cooperate with me, will ya? I'll show you that in a second. But anyways, so as you can see, it says El Diablo. I didn't get to choose a font. He didn't ask me. I wish I would have mentioned what kind of font I wanted, because otherwise I would have went with the same font that's on the Diablo sticker on the back of the truck. It is what it is. You can kind of see the subs, see the plexiglass light up in there, and they're actually down firing. So they're actually, that box, I mean, those subs work in a very small space. So I don't know. Part of me, even if it hadn't been louder than this, I almost sometimes when I'm listening to a certain song, I wish I'd gone with a regular like 10-inch or 4/8 or something like that with a ported box, because then I would have got a little bit lower than these shallows, low tone. That you love hearing in some songs sometimes, but like I said, it is what it is. I love the way it looks. I love that it is just enough loud for me. So we'll move on to the back seat here and get another side shot. So they got another window here. You can kind of see what's going on in there. Oh, there she is. It's a little dirty in there. Get in there and clean that. But the stitching, this is kind of set in. Look at all this design, and this is what I'm talking about right here. So this is a space from the lift kit. Here it is. Almost looks factory. It's kind of cool. They came just like that. Just pull the seats out, put those in, and then bolt the seats to that. So plenty of space yet if I wanted to go like 10s, like a big beefy 10, and do a couple ports on each side and just boom. But I'm happy for now for what it is. Here's more of that red stuff here from the Amazon eBay. It stuck pretty well, the adhesive on there. I did use adhesive promoter to help it stick. There was one piece that was a pain in my butt, in my big old brown butt, and it was this one here. And I actually got it replaced with a different piece, because the first piece, it was like, it didn't sit here the way it should sit. So when I pushed this down, this was in the air. So I had to apply a lot of pressure to get it to stick. And when I let the 3M adhesive stick to it and cure, it still rose up a little bit, and you could tell it wasn't where it needed to be. So I tried taking it off. It actually cracked in the middle. And I called them and I said, hey, what's up? Can you guys replace this? And they did. Sent me a new one. And the new one came the same way, okay? It actually also had that, just so you could kind of tell here if you, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but how it's not, that line is just, it's not there. It should be sitting down on that line. It's not showing it on that factory line. Oops. But I actually just used, I ripped off the 3M, the whatever tape. I don't think it was 3M. It was some other knockoff tape. I ripped it off. I bought some 3M tape, and I used a ton of adhesive promoter, and it stuck pretty good. It hasn't moved, but it's not, it doesn't sit where I want it to sit, but I've grown used to it. So it's, being that I went through the first experience, and when I got this done, I just thought, hey, it looks a lot better than it did before the first time. So whatever. But that was the only problematic piece. Everything else has been top notch. I don't know if, being that I got tinted windows, I don't think I got to worry about these getting sun faded, but time will tell. Yeah, man, I think that's it. Oh, no, not exactly. I also have, I forgot to even mention this, but I also have faux cal speakers all the way around in the truck, because the factory ones suck on the XLTs. So I put a little faux cal badge there. I thought it was kind of cool. So in the doors, I got faux cal, I think they're faux cal expert components, expert series. And then in the rear, I just did the same, but coaxials. And then I got a JL Audio 400/4 that I picked up for dirt cheap from some guy, and threw it back there. So I'm definitely ready for some sound competitions for this summer, as well as shows, car shows, truck shows. So there's one in Eau Claire that we like to go to that has a little bit of both. It's like half car show, half sound comp. So I'm looking forward to that this year. And then, of course, everyone that knows about Automotion, I'm very excited about bringing the truck to Automotion, going to the burnout pit and doing some burnouts. So when that happens, you best believe I'm going to post some videos of that. I think that's it for the inside. I might be forgetting something, I don't know, but that's most of it. Here she is again. I want to get custom plates for this bad boy. I have done custom plates before for my other vehicles. I'm actually on my old Silverado that was like 600 and something horse at the wheels. On that one, I threw plates. They were customized, personalized. It said "Smoked You," and those are kind of cool. I also had a Cadillac CTS-V, and that one I had them. That one was One Bad Lack. So I've had a few different ones. Anyways, if you guys have any suggestions, opinions, on what I should go, you kind of know now. You know my truck, and if you don't, if you got any questions, ask away. But what should I name my truck? Well, I know the Diablo, but what should I use plates for my truck? Should it be related to the Diablo? Should it be related to the Devil? Should I be related to my business? Tell me what you think. Oh, snap. There's, I guess, a couple more things back here I could show you guys. So I did go with the swing case because I used to have a Ram box and I loved it. And obviously there's no Ram box for the Fords. So I added one of these swing cases. It is what it is. This is actually out of my old GMC Sierra that was also supercharged. It was a 6.2. I got to see about 590, I think, at the wheels on that one. But anyways, it's not meant for this truck, but we bolted it right in there, made it work. And then pretty cool that these LED strips I ordered back here. So a lot of these trucks nowadays have lights back here from the factory. And this one was just happened to be the model that didn't have them in there. But I ordered these lights off Amazon. Pretty sick. Bam, look at that. So way brighter than any factory one. But yeah, I think that was it. That's kind of like the last bit of information on the truck. I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff, or some information on technical specs on the stuff that I mentioned, but that's the gist of it. Oh, I guess there's one last piece that I haven't talked about because not everyone may be a fan of it, but I was bored. I got a plotter, vinyl plotter in my basement now. I ordered one a few months ago and I haven't really played with it a lot, but one of the few things I've done with it is added this decal on my truck, and that's my last name is Jacinto, and I'm pretty proud of that. So I actually made one that said King of Kings, and I'm a Hispanic. My family's from Mexico, and I was actually born in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm proud to be American citizen here, and I'm also proud of my background. So I put that there, and I like it. I got a few compliments. A couple dudes are kind of like, what the fudge? But it is what it is. I like it. So I actually added that one myself, and then I added this little guy here. Something subtle, nothing crazy. And my buddy, my homeboy, actually came over and we worked on that together. I'll be honest with you, he did most of it, the graphics on that side. But yeah, so I got a few comments from the guys that I mentioned this vinyl here and what they thought about it sitting on the fender. I think they're with me. I think we're on the same page. I think I'm just gonna leave it and see what happens. You know, I mean, I just did it a few months ago, so I haven't had a lot of people look at it yet, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see if anybody gives me crap at the car shows, the truck shows. I don't think they will. But yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. Here, let me sit this thing on the chair again. Me and Zach here are actually gonna check out this song with the subs, and we noticed this little guy starts dancing, so we thought it's pretty cool. We want to get it on film. I feel like Golden Ramsey, how I flip my fucking wrist. If your hoe spend my inbox, then I block the quit. All this jewelry on me, so I keep a stick. Bitch, I flip my wrist. Yeah, I flip my wrist. Bitch, I flip my wrist. Yeah, I flip my wrist. Bitch, I keep my stick. Yeah, I keep my stick. Bitch, I keep my stick. Yeah, I keep my stick. I think that's your vibe, man. I made this shit with you. She be sucking till I'm proud, man. That bitch really be free. Hey everybody, so that's the gist of everything on my truck. So finally, after 3 videos, we broke my truck into 3 segments and talked a little bit about everything on my truck. I mean, honestly, to talk about everything really thoroughly, we would have spent hours, because I can spend all day talking about all the mods and just stuff, how I would have liked to have done them, or how they turned out, or whatever. But anyways, I'm glad you guys stuck around and watched this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff, stay tuned. Hit that like, subscribe button. I'm getting better with this video thing, with this being on camera thing. Anybody that knows me, man, I'm a rider, you know. I think you'll slowly, I'm even seeing it on the videos, you'll slowly see me progress as far as how comfortable I act on camera. But any of my homies, man, we kick it, we hang out, we laugh. I'm a riot, you know. I just make jokes, I crack jokes. The thing is, it's not that I like, it's just in my nature to kind of cuss a lot. So I'm really limited on camera. I'm trying every now and then I say this or that, but I try to avoid saying that kind of stuff on camera. But you'll notice that I'm noticing too that I'm getting better, so bear with me. It'll get funner and funner each time, I'm hoping. So you guys stick around. If you like it, if you don't, you know, there's a door. I did do a couple of intro videos on my videos. On my video, I did a couple of intro skits of like my old trucks and old cars. So if you guys see anything that you want to talk about, like if you say, hey, you know, I like that Chevy in the first few seconds of your video, let's talk about that. Tell us about that, or just whatever. I think I'm slowly gonna progressively do a little bit of each vehicle that I've owned. I got enough videos or pictures I could throw them in these videos and talk to you guys about them too. Just sit here and just BS with you. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta get in the house with some babies and change them diapers. You guys take it easy, and we'll see you next time.